Hey guys, Cyberdena here. In this week's video I'm going to be testing out the two new E.L.F Poreless Primer Putties, the matte and the luminous. I'm going to do a half face comparison and I'm going to be using the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. My hope is that I'll be able to see how they perform on the entirety of my face skin. I do tend to get oilier around my T-zone and drier around the perimeter. So if they work well, then I will implement them into my routine using the matte and the luminous in the areas that they perform best. I have used the normal poreless putty primer for a couple of months. I don't have huge pores, so it's not like the most revolutionary product for me, but I do like how it sits on my skin. I like how it applies and how it feels. And I know how the Revolution wears on my skin for a few hours with no primer, no setting powder, no concealer, just the foundation. So the matte primer is white. I'm going to use just little dry rip-off beauty blenders to apply, just because I don't like getting my fingers into them. So I'm just going to read the claims while I apply it. So it says, I'm going to do matte on this side, luminous on this side. So it says, this mattifying, skin perfecting putty primer has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin, smoothing over imperfections. Infused with kaolin clay and white charcoal to help absorb excess oil and grip makeup for all-day wear. The result? A smooth, poreless, shine-free matte complexion. The directions are to apply a thin, even amount to clean, moisturized skin prior to makeup application. Allow to set for 30 seconds before applying foundation. I'm just going to work that into my skin, really just working it in, especially where I do get oilier. And I'll do the luminous on the other side. So the luminous is yellow in colour. And it says, this luminous blurring putty primer has a velvety texture that glides effortlessly over the skin to smooth over imperfections and add a soft glow. Infused with hyaluronic acid and vegan collagen to help plump skin and keep it fresh and hydrated. The result? A smooth, blurred, radiant complexion. I'm not worrying too much about my forehead because I have a fringe and it doesn't matter. So even in application, you can definitely feel the differences between the two sides. The matte primer was definitely a bit grippier even going on. I could feel it gripping to my skin, and the luminous side really sort of glides on very smoothly. It even feels night and day, really. Like, this side doesn't feel like anything. This side feels moisturized, plumped. So I'm just going to take my foundation and I'm just going to use the Morphe M439 brush just to buff that into my skin. I'll start on the matte side because it's been on a bit longer. I'm just going to use a Real Technique sponge just to sort of smooth over my nose, because my nose is always my problem area. It's always just very textured and foundations don't really like to stick to it, which is what is happening currently. So I'd say my nose is looking pretty rough on both sides. It's sort of, the foundation is bunching up in the creases and it looks pretty dry on both sides. It is pretty hot and humid today, so I'm not sure how this will hold up necessarily regardless. But so far it's not looking too bad. I'm not going to powder anything, and I'm just going to pop just a tiny bit of concealer under my eyes. And just like a little bit on my nose because it is looking pretty rough. Okay, so concealer went on fine. It looks very bright on camera, but it is not that bright on my nose in real life. So I'm just gonna go and finish my face, and I will be right back to see how it goes. So it is 2:45 and I'll be back. Alrighty, so it is now 3:15. I've finished doing the rest of my makeup. If you want to see how I did this look, then I will link the video up in the corner. So far, let's have a look at my foundation and how it is. It hasn't changed so far. I would say the foundation has bunched up more around the left side of my nose, which was the matte side. I don't think at the moment there's any difference between the Luminous and the matte in terms of like pore filling, even in terms of finish. Like, I haven't set my face in any way. I did blend powder on top and that was fine, like it didn't stick in place, it blended out relatively easy. But both sides of my jaw where I haven't done anything with powder or other products look pretty much the same at the moment. I'll keep you updated. I'll check in a bit later when I'm getting ready to take off my face or if anything drastic happens. But I'm just going to be chilling out today around the house, so I'm not doing anything too crazy. It is quite humid and it is about to storm, so thank you for that. So if anything does change, I will come back and I'll let you know. But for the moment, I'm liking how both of them are looking and I'm excited to see how they wear. Alrighty, I'll see you soon. Bye guys. Alrighty, so it is now 9:45, so I've had this on for a while now. It hasn't bunched up any further into my nose. My lipstick has worn off because I ate and I've been having a beer and stuff like that. So, no biggie. Lip gloss does tend to make lipsticks not last as long from my experience. So, like I said at the start, I didn't powder, I didn't use a setting spray or anything like that. And I would say both sides of my face look equally as shiny. I wouldn't say that the matte primer is any more matte than the Luminous. I wouldn't say the Luminous is any more oily than the matte. So yeah, so both sides are about the same amount of oiliness. I'm curious to see how they'll wear with powder and setting sprays on them. so I will continue testing them in different ways just to see how they go. So a little bit of product came off onto my fingers, but it didn't take it off my skin completely. The eyeshadow that I used as blush is still there, so that is a good sign for the base. I think the highlighter still looks like it's pretty alive. It's even more intense, I think, because I look greasy, but no biggie. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that all around. Like I said, I'll keep on testing the primers, see how they go, see if I can finesse them, try them with different foundations and stuff like that, and I will keep you updated. Like if something miraculous happens, I will mention it somewhere. But for now, that's everything. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!